From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for June 15th, 2016. In just a moment, we'll be taking a look at the AUDUSD, the Australian, versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. But first, a recap of yesterday's trade suggestion. We're looking at the USDCHF, the US dollar versus the Swiss Franc. Here on the daily time frame, we can see we're kind of stuck right now in a little period of congestion. If I take this little black box right here and drag it over here, you can see we're kind of stuck here, finding resistance at the blue shaded area. That's 96.70 to 96.90. And support at the pink shaded area, 96.05, 95.80. Now, of course, we have significant news over the next few days, including today. We have news out of the U.S. with FOMC rate statement and policy information. We have news out of the S&P with monetary policy information in the next couple of days. So there's a lot that could affect this currency pair, and we can see the market kind of in a calm before the storm right now here on the U.S. franc. It's just been consolidating here between the pink and the blue shaded area, resistance and support. It's likely today we see a change of that with the FOMC information coming up later today at 2 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. A break of the blue zone, of course, would look for it to go higher. A break of the pink zone would look for it to go lower. But right now we're just kind of in consolidation. The sell limit that I placed at 96.70 yesterday did not get taken in. It's still sitting there. Of course, the closer we get to that FOMC time, if that's not in, I will likely remove that pending order just to eliminate the risk of getting spiked into a trade that I don't want to be in after that FOMC news. So it's still sitting there. Would likely remove it getting closer to 2 p.m. But right now we're just waiting for the market to actually do something significant here on the U.S. franc. And not entirely unlike that, the AUD-USD is somewhat in a little bit of a tight consolidation pattern here for the Australian dollar. A couple of different things to look at. Of course, we had the red trend line, the previous uptrend, the blue trend line, the previous blue trend, and now we've recently seen a rise against the blue trend. It went up all the way into the 7400s, and now it's come right back down just underneath the 7400 level. So the market been moving in both directions over the past few days. The past 1, 2, 3, 4 days or so, not including today, but the past 4 days have been in a little bit of a falling pattern here for the Australian dollar. And I think that's a lot to do with the oil prices that have been falling for the same period of time. We've seen oil slumping for the past 3 or 4 days. So we've seen also the Australian dollar slumping in tandem with that, in correlation with those oil prices. If oil starts to rally significantly, we'll probably look for the Australian dollar to rally significantly as well. We do also, coming up much later today or early in the morning, depending on where you are in the world, we have Australian employment data coming up. So that will also affect this pair as well as the FOMC, because we are trading both the Australian dollar and the US dollar. But significant volatility could be seen on this pair. As long as it sits under the resistance zone, though, and we continue to see oil sliding lower, if it continues to slide lower, we likely look for this to turn back down and head back down. So selling rallies to resistance, at least right now, become a potential opportunity. So let's go ahead and zoom it in here on the daily time frame. We can see the market over the past few days slumping down underneath the 7400 level, coming right now up underneath 7400. You can see it challenging right into 7400. So what I've done is actually placed a sell right at 7400, 7400, just at the top of the blue shaded area, expecting it's a low risk, high reward opportunity. Low risk because I know that if it breaks above 7400 in the blue shaded area, I probably don't want to stay in it too long. It could be looking for a reversal back up to the orange zone or higher. So a break back above 74 would likely be a clue that I don't want to stay in it too long. So the risk is fairly low. The potential profit target, if it challenges at least the low for the day today, we're looking all the way back down here into the 73.30, 73.10 level, the purple shaded area. So that'd be a pretty decent profit if it made its way all the way back down here. So again, if we start to see oil sliding lower, then we'll likely see this slide lower. We can also see that this currency pair just now sits underneath the 100 period simple moving average. That's the green wavy line here. So it's just sitting underneath there. Yesterday we were underneath it. Today we're challenging underneath it as resistance. Let's take it on down to the 4-hour time frame. We can see what's been happening over the past few days. Again, we saw the push underneath the blue zone, rally back to 7,400, fall off of 7,400, rally back to 7,400. So clearly, 7,400 is the spot to watch here for this pair. Just look back here. We're just looking right into this area where we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candlesticks just sitting underneath the 7400 level. So that's what we're playing on today, looking for it to stay underneath that 7,400 level. And the risk here is clear. A break back above here starts to go higher. So I've gone ahead and taken a small sell. Again, we have the risk of FOMC. We have the risk of Australian employment information later today. So be aware that there is extreme volatility in the market over the next couple of days. So use appropriate risk strategies in all cases for your trading.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.